Hey everybody, Jared with Jagros Equipment, Bobcat of Aberdeen. Today we're going to talk about drive motor cavity oil. So if you own an M series or an R series Bobcat, this is something you need to know about. We've done shorter YouTube shorts on this, basically explaining it. Today we're going to show the process of positioning the machine, the tools you're going to need, draining, filling, and maintaining these. So this is a crucial part of this machine's operation, and it's very important to take care of it. So today we're going to show you where to put this drive motor. Right now you can see both plugs, you can call them check and fill, are not straight. They need to be straight up and down. And it's important to know this is a bearing cavity. It's not a planetary. Very few machines on today's market have an actual planetary in them. It's just not necessary. With today's engineering and performance, these drive motors can achieve everything we need without a planetary. However, they do still have independent oil in that bearing cavity that's separate from the hydraulic drive motor. And we're going to dive into that. So I'm going to jump into the machine, position this drive motor so we can drain it and fill it, and we'll get into the process. Okay, so we have that drive motor positioned with one plug up and one down. So a couple other quick things. Be sure you're on a nice flat level surface like we are. Boom up, boom lock in. The boom lock is on the right hand side where it stores on the machine. It's in that lift cylinder. And so a couple other things that are important and why we're doing this. This particular machine has about 404 hours on it, not 500. If you look in your manual, it's going to say perform this drive motor cavity oil service every 500 hours or every 12 months. And why that's important is we don't want this to just go until you hit 500 hours or until you look in that book. Some operators can put 500 hours on really quickly, maybe in the course of 3 months, 5 months. For other operators, it might be 2-3 years or more. So we don't want the operators that take 3 to 4 years to hit 500 hours to wait 3 to 4 years to service these motors. It's a very high performance motor. It's engineered to do a lot. I mean, this motor can do as much or more than a planetary motor, and it does not have a planetary on it. So that's why it's important to take care of that cavity. So every 12 months or every 500 hours, whatever comes first, are those intervals you need to keep in mind. So the oil that you're going to use in there is labeled drive motor oil. This particular one is 7270874, and this is a proprietary oil, 12 ounces for a Bobcat T76R series. If you have a T76R series, 66, 64, most of them are going to be almost identical to this procedure. This machine does have 5-link suspension, but that doesn't change anything as far as this process goes. So we have a ratchet, an extension, and a 9/16 socket. We have a really high-tech Cuisinart pan here. So we'll dive right into that. You can remove both of these plugs. You always want to make sure that this machine is cool when you do this so that you don't risk any pressure in these motors. You can wear safety glasses and gloves if you're not familiar with this procedure. So you take that top plug out for a vent, and that's going to allow this lower plug to drain faster and properly. And you want to make sure you just let that oil drain. We'll take a little break here to let this properly drain instead of boring you. But generally speaking, you're going to want to walk away, maybe for 5 to 10 minutes and make sure that when you come back, before you fill the motor that this oil is completely drained out of there. All right, we're back. This motor's been draining for, I would say, about 5 minutes. One thing that I didn't mention, and I should, if your machine's been out in the mud, rain, you know, cattle lot, whatever the case may be, make sure you pressure wash this drive motor clean. This machine is clean and dry, just a little bit of dust around there. Be sure that when you pull those plugs out, there's not mud packed around them that's going to get into that motor. Always have, you know, whether it's a pressure washer or some brake cleaner to make sure those are clean. These plugs are clean. We're going to go back in with them. And as I said, if you're not familiar with this job, be sure, you know, this motor's cool when you do this, and you have gloves or safety glasses on. So we're going to tighten this plug. And got your drive motor oil. All right, that lovely noise, as you can tell, that bottle's empty. And we'll get that top plug in there. Make sure that plug's nice and clean. These don't need to be overly tight. There is an O-ring on them. Okay, so the motor's full of oil. The plugs are back in. And another little trick that we like to do and we recommend doing is putting a little witness mark on there. So we have, this is a Sharpie, but it's a paint marker. So these hold up real well through mud, pressure washing. And we like to put just a little line on there. And then we put the hours. Running out of paint there. That way the next guy that might check this machine knows that that was done. You can also record that information in the monitor on the R series, which is important to do. And that's, you know, this is just a quick reference. That way, if you're greasing this machine day to day and you say, oh, hey, I got 800 hours on it, and it's you know, I did it last time at 404 and it's been 16 months or something, you know, so you know, make sure to do that. Okay, so there you have it. We have those drive motor cavities serviced. We have them labeled. Be sure to update your monitor. Be sure to hang on to your invoices where you either buy that oil and do this on your own from your Bobcat dealer, or where you have your Bobcat dealer hang on to that information so you have it for your service records. If you have any questions on this procedure, if there's anything that you'd like to know more about, please comment. Please like and subscribe, and we're going to keep bringing you this Bobcat specific content. So we appreciate your time. Have a great day.